Hi. I'm at it again. Dum dum dum. Yes, I'm at it again. I have watched yet another Nollywood movie and I'm here to talk about it. And now that you found this video by whatever means, you have to watch it to the end. I don't make the rules. I just deliver, the message. Don't hate the messenger, hate the game, I guess. You have to watch now. You have to. Okay, you must. You have to. Okay, so I'm here with my notebook as usual. I'm not sure if I've shown you this particular notebook. As I said, I have quite a number of them. I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, so this one, I just have a page and a half of like my usual scratchings of opinions that I had about the movie. I'm using earphones to make this because almost the noise. I have been putting off making this video for several reasons. Um, Anxiety was one of them, but also because it's been really, really noisy. Like whenever I'm like, oh, I remember I have to make this, and I sit down to try and make it, there's construction going on outside. There are generators that are on because there is no lights in this country. I don't know. They use it on duos. I don't know. So there has just always been something, but today I was like, I just have to make this thing so that I can be free. Like I know that I've done it and I can move on to all the other things that are waiting for me to do. It never stops. It never ends. Yeah, so that's why the earphones. Just saying. So the movie we're going to be talking about today is Glamour Girls 2022. Yes, I know that I said Glamour Girls 2022 because there was an original Glamour Girls made. I'm not sure of the year, but maybe it was like 1994, something like that. And I didn't watch it either. Long story about how, like, I never really used to watch a lot of movies when I was, you know, before. Let's just say before. Let my age not come out, please. Before. I never used to watch, like, a lot of movies and TV before. So, like, now, that's why I go so hard on movies because making up for lost time. Anyway, so there was an original. I don't know. I can't say anything about the original because I haven't seen it. But I don't think that this one was like a sequel. What I'm saying is, I don't think you need to have watched the first one for you to be able to watch this one and like get the full context of it. So yeah, you don't need to watch the first one to watch this one. Um, I'll leave my comments until I'm done reviewing. I think I'm just going to talk about the movie under three different headings: production, the casting, and the plot. I think that's what we're going to do. So, for the production, video production wise, like the visual quality, it was okay. It was okay. It was okay. The costumes, the makeup, um, the sets, they were okay. They were okay. The audio quality, God. Listen, the first few scenes, I, I was confused, and I was confused without knowing why I was confused. And then at some point I realized that, oh, I'm confused because what is the noise? What's the noise that's going? There's noise going on in this movie. What's going on? Is this part of like the first few? Is there something I'm missing? Is there a message that they're trying to pass to the viewer that I'm not quite getting? But then after a while I guess I got used to it because I don't think it improved. um it did everything that was wrong. There was a lot of, just that background, that that echoey. Sometimes someone would talk and then you would hear that echo. I don't know, I'm not like a sound or an audio technician or whatever they're called. I'm so sorry, I don't know what the right title or description is. I'm so sorry. But I respected them in this movie simply because the people that worked on this movie could have done a lot better. I'm really trying. I'm really, really trying to be nice about this movie. This one is going to be like my toughest review so far because I'm trying to be nice. Let me inhale a bit of my scented candle. It's almost finished. But yeah, I think it's going to calm me down. So yes, it did that thing where in Nollywood. I don't know if you watch a lot of Nollywood, maybe you've observed this as well. But Nollywood productions have a propensity to do something with audio that is very, very annoying, which is that when there's music going on, the music is like really, really loud, and then when the people are talking, their voices are like really, really low. So there's no stability, like audio volume stability. That's what I've noticed, and I think that happened in this movie as well. So it was distracting for me, and annoying. Yes, yeah, and it took away from the general. It just took away from the movie. Basically, that's what I'm going to say. What else? What else counts as production? Um, Oh, there's a note that I made here that I said a couple of the dresses in the fix her stage were ick. So I guess that goes back to costuming. I think that the costuming um, wasn't very great. It wasn't wonderful, to be honest. There's this scene. I'm trying not to give like too many spoilers, but there's this scene where the main character. I'm just going to call her the main character because at some point we didn't even know who was the main character or not. I almost just cussed now. I don't know. I think I'm going to start cussing because, like in subsequent videos, just a heads up. Because sometimes life calls for cussing. Yeah. Anyway, so a main character, like she did this undressing thing where she's like taking off her clothes to make a point to say that I'm ready for work and all that kind of stuff, and it was underwhelming for me. It came back, I guess, to Nigeria and our purity culture and the way that we tend to stigmatize against women, especially who go nude for whatever reason, even if it's because of their job and their craft and their art and the one thing that they say that they came to the world to do. I'm angry about a lot of things this morning. I'm so sorry, but like anyway, that scene, I feel like it could have been so much more. She could have made so much more of a statement if, first of all, her outfit was different. If secondly, the things that she had on underneath her dress were different. But it was like full on, tights. I'm going to keep everything from my knee to my belly button, and then from like here, to my neck, covered and decent. So that was a bit annoying. It felt to me like a missed opportunity. Like, okay, you have the opportunity to do this, why didn't you take it, and why didn't you use it to the fullest? I think, I don't know if this also counts as production. I guess it does because it's like a set thing. I found it so annoying when they did a strip club scene, which I don't know, like, has nobody that worked on the film, has nobody gone to an actual strip club? Is that what the problem is? Because it was not nice for me to look at. It wasn't nice for me to look at. It was so flat. Again, we have the issue with Nollywood where I think like maybe they don't want to pay extras, but man, sometimes you need extras. If they had extras in the club, first of all, in the strip club, it would have given it some kind of oomph. It would have elevated the scene, first of all. But no, you don't have extras. You just have this one person that is inside the club. Okay, maybe he shut the strip club down, which, first of all, why would you want to do that? Even if you have all the money in the world, why would you want to do that? As part of the experience? I mean, you could pay somebody to come to your house and dance privately. Anyway, I'm getting derailed again. Basically, pay extras. put extras in scenes, let it look real. You are trying to make it look real. That's the point. And it didn't look real just with this one person sitting down there. And then, and also I feel like the Nollywood depiction of anything that has to do with sex work, I feel like it needs a lot of work in and of itself. And again, it's a bit ironic because you want to tell me that nobody on the production team has a personal experience with sex work. Just saying. So I think that's it for production. I don't want to waste much time on this. What was the other thing? Casting. Yes. Now moving to casting. I'm trying to think and remember who in this movie I think was like a perfect or like a really really good casting choice, and I'm coming up empty. The movie stars Nse Ikpe Etim. It stars Jocelyn Dumas, Toke Makinwa, Temi San, Sharon Uja. Who else that I can remember? These are the people that I can remember. I think these are the people that I can remember, and I think people that I'm going to talk about. That's like why I made notes about them. And I don't think anybody was a perfect cast or perfect casting choice for this film. I can't see it. Like, I'm really sorry, but I can't see it. You know, I've loved Nse's acting for some years. I felt like she was this burst of freshness and originality that the industry needed. And it was just so nice to watch her, like, in almost anything. Like, she could be talking about toothpaste, you know, for 30 minutes, and I would sit down and watch it and have a smile on my face. I mean, like, oh my god, I did not know this about toothpaste. I loved her that much as an actor. I appreciated, you know, the energy that, you know, she brought into the industry. But I feel like somewhere along the line, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like the increasing pressures of fame, you know, where maybe you, I don't know if it's like an imposter. Look, I'm not going to go too deep into that, but basically what I'm trying to say about Nse's acting is that over the last few like big movies of hers, I feel like it kind of peaked, and it's at a danger of sliding like right down. Because first of all, she does this overacting thing, which makes me feel like she watches a lot of Hollywood movies for inspiration, which is not a bad thing. But you can't lift something that works for Hollywood in terms of acting, in terms of, you know, expressing a thought or an opinion. You can't lift something from Hollywood and then plant it inside Nollywood and expect it to grow and be fruitful. You can't. What you can do is, you know, take inspiration from Hollywood, but then you have to tweak it. You have to use your knowledge of Nollywood to then make adjustments to it, so that when you put it in Nollywood, it fits and it works. Like it properly, you know, translates the idea that you have and that you are trying to get across. And I feel like she isn't doing that, or isn't doing that anymore. That's my opinion. Please, once again, I'm not like a professional or whatever. I'm just somebody who spends a lot of time in front of screens watching stuff, and I like to talk about it. But I said what I said. And then the second problem I have with Nse's acting of late is her accents. Her accent. What's happening? What is happening? Waiting they happen. Why? Why? I think it was even okay in this one. No, based. Hey, I think it was okay. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like sometimes she says certain sentences, and I'm like, what's going on inside that sentence? If I ask you to repeat this sentence 10 times, trust me, those 10 times they are going to come out differently. and that means that something is off. So yeah, that's my issue with Ns's acting, and I think it came out a little bit in this movie as well. So, mm, mm. Now, Toke Makinwa as an actor. Um, Temi-san as an actor. I have a soft spot for Temi-san on Instagram. I think that he's very funny. Like when he's in his element, so to speak. Like he's comfortable. He's just waking up. He's sitting there with his red, teacup. Even as a podcaster, I think, yeah, that's still pretty much his element, and I think that that helps. But as an actor, I don't know. And his role in this and the portrayal of his character, I don't know. It wasn't enjoyable for me to watch. I'm not even entirely sure why, but it just wasn't enjoyable for me to watch. It just wasn't enjoyable for me to watch. I felt like it was either being a bit too dramatic or just not giving. I'm sorry. It was nice to see Jocelyn Dumas again. It's been a really, really long time. I mean, I was happy to see her, that she's alive and well and getting work. So yeah, that was nice. That was nice. Oh, and sorry, Lynx is in this movie. I used to have the most maddening crush on Lynx. Ha! Like I'm just having a flashback of like, huh. I used to have the most maddening crush on Lynx. I don't know. At some point, life shook the crush out of me, I guess, because, kind of just all. Anyway, we're not here to talk about me and my crush. But it was nice to see Lynx, and it was nice to see him again alive and well and getting work. Um, as an actor, I don't think his role was enough to gauge, because like it was a small role and his speaking parts too weren't really that great. Like it was an okay performance. It was okay. I mean, plus he did have like this hot scene. He had a steamy scene with Jocelyn Dumas. Sorry for the spoiler, but you've probably already found out about that. I think that's the only part of the movie that like has been trending on social media. So yeah, that was okay, I guess. Again, who else did I want to talk about? Sharon Uja. I don't know if this is a bad thing, but when I was watching Sharon's performance in this movie, I began to think to myself that maybe it's not a bad thing to be typecast in film. Like to be an actor who only acts as the wicked stepmother. Maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe it's because you've tried other roles and the directors, the producers, pretty much everybody on the cast and crew have seen that you're a more believable wicked stepmother. So maybe you should just be a wicked stepmother all your life in film. Yeah, because I didn't buy it. I did not buy it. I did not buy any of it. I didn't buy it. No, I didn't buy it. Let me see. Um let's just move on to the plot. Let's move on to the plot, which is the last topic. The plot was everywhere and everything all at once. The plot, I don't know if you've watched The Setup, which is also another Nollywood movie, but if you watch The Setup, if you could sit through The Setup, first of all, I hail you. But secondly, you will have that PTSD of The Setup if you're watching this movie, because both of them, you're like, what is going on? Why? The only reason I sat through this movie from beginning to end is because I knew that I wanted to make another movie review video for YouTube. and I had invested 2 hours of my life. Like, okay, let me sit down and watch this movie. This movie just came out. I'm seeing a few people talking about it. Let me not get too many spoilers before I make my own opinion. Let me just watch it. That's the only reason why I sat down from beginning to end to watch this movie. That's the only reason. Because for plots, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what was going on. I can't tell you. Basically, it's like a runs babe that wants to step up. She wants to upgrade her runs because she has bills to pay. So she hears that there's this madam in town that more of that woman she'll handle your case. If she should sort you out with her clients, your life is never gonna be the same again. So she wanted to step up her sex work hustle. But after a little while of that, it devolves into other things that you don't. And I mean, it's a 2 hour movie. If you begin to introduce new storylines along the way, you don't have the time to see those new branches, those new plot branches to the end. You don't have the time. So I don't know what they were doing. I don't know what they were. I don't know. I just don't know. This thing left me confused. Okay? And I have enough confusion in my life. Like, I don't know why I added this confusion. I would never tell you not to watch something or to watch something. I mean, always just do basically what you like and form your own thoughts and opinion. But this movie, anyway, I watched it. I watched it from beginning to end. Um, so I guess that's something. So I'm proud of myself for that. Yeah. Directed by Bumi. No, no, no. Sorry, there was actually some discrepancy as to the director and producer. If you check online and if you like try to look at the movie credits, there was something confusing there. But anyway, the producer was Charles Okpaleki. And I saw someone tweet that he has like rights to remake a lot of Nollywood classics. And I want to ask him not to do that. Like, don't do that. Please. Like, make your own film. Let it be your own thing. But don't remake classics like this one. The way that you did this one, don't do that. I noted down here that the music choices were terrible, and I really did think that. I think that a lot of the songs that were used as just like soundtrack and stuff, I think that they didn't match, what was being shown. They didn't match like the mood. The mood of this film was everywhere, was all over the place, if you ask me. Man, I want to greet the person that did that Living in Bondage remake. Oh. I want to greet him specially, him or her. Well done. Wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Have a lovely day. Have a great week. Happy new month to you. Because now that was a cohesive story. That was consistent. The mood, the plot, everything was like, it was like this. It was tight. We knew where we were going. We knew what was happening. We were taken along with the actors. We were a part of the story. I think I'm just going to stop here. I think I had other notes that I made, but honestly, oh, I did note down, I guess this falls under production, that it seemed like in some of the scenes there was a conscious like turning of the actors to so that they will be like this and face the camera, and that was very off-putting because even though you sit down to watch a movie, you don't want to feel like you're watching a movie. Like you want to be inside the story. I don't know if I'm just speaking for myself, but you want to be inside the story, and you don't want to be reminded that, oh, there's a whole cast and crew behind the camera saying, no, raise your leg, no, 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 do like this. Like, you don't want to be conscious of that. It was giving me stage play vibes at some point, because it felt like, on stage, like, you have to face, the audience, so you have to be conscious of, like, doing like this and doing like this, so that they can see your face. That's how I felt a couple of times in this movie. Please, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to stop there, but I feel like this video is like social good, because I'm trying to warn you, if you haven't seen the movie yet. I'm trying to warn you that the movie is 2 hours of your life that nobody will give you back. You're not going to get it back at all, in any way. So do with this information what you will. Thank you for watching and staying tuned to the end and looking at my face and hearing my voice. Hearing me rant and go off. Honestly, I didn't plan to be so impassioned. But it just happened. Bear with me. I'm going to look for something nice, like to cleanse my palate and watch, so that the next review is going to be much nicer. Or you know what? Maybe I'm just going to pick like a movie that I like, because there are a few movies that, Nollywood movies that I just like. They may not be all that great, like production wise, or even, no, not plot. No, no, no. They may not be all that good production wise, but I like them. And maybe I'm just going to pick one of them, and then we'll review it next. And I'll show you what it is that I do like a movie that I genuinely like and enjoy and find entertaining. So thank you once again for listening to my ramblings. Godspeed and God bless. Shout out to all of y'all. Also, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Leave a comment so that I know that I was not just ranting at myself inside, like just ranting and talking at myself. Let me know let me know, do I go to hospital next, or am I really talking to somebody? Thank you so much. Take care.